Hi, my name is Jack Kellogg, and I'd like to give a shout out to Mr. Kelly for being an awesome anatomy teacher and for always being super helpful. And here's the news.
Thank you for that shout out, and welcome to this week's episode of the Eagle Way News. I'm Andy Johnson.
And I'm Sydney Reichert, and here's the news.
First, let's get into sports. Boys basketball has a home game on Friday night at 7 p.m. against Mountain Range, so show up and cheer loudly and come support your Eagles.
And then do the same thing on Saturday night at 6:30 because we play Holy Family in the gym.
Now let's check out a feature on epilepsy awareness from Aaron and Bella.
This week is Epilepsy Awareness Week at Broomfield High School.
So I'm Nurse Kelly here at the school. I'm here full time. Campbell and Ashlyn and Anya and I have been working to put together this Epilepsy Week. So we hope that you've gotten a bracelet or a piece of candy or something this week and that you'll wear purple on Friday.
Campbell Fisk, a junior with epilepsy, speaks about what epilepsy is and what the week is about.
I've been diagnosed with epilepsy ever since I was 4 years old. Epilepsy is a disorder that makes you have multiple seizures in your lifetime. I'm trying to spread awareness for epilepsy this week. We're going to have special days for each day, and so it would be very kind of you to help us to help others with epilepsy. There's also a fundraiser on Friday at the Penn Express on 120th.
Ashlyn Blackford, a junior, talks about how epilepsy has impacted her life.
My brother was diagnosed with epilepsy about 4 years ago. Sadly, he passed away a year and a half ago from a seizure. Epilepsy has affected my family dramatically.
Anya Kloster, a sophomore, tells her story with epilepsy.
Ever since I was 2.5, I've had epilepsy seizures. I've had 3 different types of epilepsy. I have the grand mal seizures right now, and it's where my body shakes violently. The most common causes of epileptic seizures is heat, dehydration, and stress and lack of sleep. I just try to make sure that I feel safe in my environment.
Nurse Kelly explains what to do when someone has a seizure.
The important thing to do if you're in class and you see somebody have a seizure is call a B team here in the building, and if you have the wherewithal to start timing it, it's really important that we know how long a seizure lasts and just stay with them and try to make sure they don't hit their head on anything. Don't ever try to put anything in their mouth or anything that you may have heard. Just sort of move all the furniture away from them, keep them safe, let them have their seizure, and the adults will take over when we get there.
Make sure to go to Panda Express this Friday and to wear purple this week to spread awareness. This has been Aaron Fuller
and Bella Areola with the Eagle Way News.
Thanks for that awesome feature.
Tonight there's an honor roll ceremony from 7 to 9 in the auditorium, so for all you smart cookies out there, good job.
The AMC math test is tomorrow during 8th period in room 401, so if you signed up for that, make sure to show up and don't miss it.
Student Council is proud to announce that the Spoon Game is going to be available to play school-wide. Sign up by February 10th because the game is going to start on February 18th. It's $5 for a spoon, but all the money is going to go to Wish Week.
If you're confused about what the Spoon Game even is, I know I am. We'll be putting up a post later on our Instagram so you can check that out, or just talk to one of your Stuco buddies and they'd be happy to tell you what's going on.
Here's a feature from Mia and Avery.
EDM concerts at Red Rocks are an experience like no other. Part of the reason that these concerts are so unforgettable is because of the amazing light show that goes along with the music.
Senior Nick Vidmar is one of the leading light show technicians for Red Rocks. We got to speak to Nick about his inspiration and incredible accomplishments that have come with his work.
The first process is we get our stage design. We see it, we plan out in every little detail using computer software, and then we take that and put it into our Grand MA software, which is our lighting software. And then once we get to Red Rocks, we set up our consoles, the stage people build it, and we do all our stuff. I usually do bigger EDM shows a lot of times, but I still do other bands and stuff like that. So we've worked with Excision, we've worked with Illenium, Odessa, Louis the Child, String Cheese Incident, who else? There's a lot. My favorite part is when it's nighttime and I just kind of get lost in my work and I completely forget where I am, and I just look up and I'm just in the middle of Red Rocks at night. It's amazing.
We spoke to juniors Bella Areola and Bitsy Milky, who both attended the Louis the Child concert at Red Rocks that Nick did the lights for.
Definitely one of my favorite parts about the concert was going with my friends, and it was just like really fun to hang out with them. And then also the lights, like with the music and the lights together, it just made it more fun and more like visual, like listening to all like the beats and stuff. So yeah, it was fun.
My favorite part of Louis the Child was the beat drops of every song, because whenever they came, everyone just kind of went crazy and it was super fun. And I think the lights at the show also really added to the emphasis of how cool the music was.
This has been Mia Gallegos
And Avery Schmidt from the Eagle Way News.
Back to you, Andy and Sydney.
Awesome feature. Thanks, guys. And thanks for tuning into this week's episode of the Eagle Way News. I'm Andy Johnson.
And I'm Sydney Riker.